Hello my raging omelets, and welcome to Hearthstone. Can you believe it? I've risen from the grave and am back to review a card game.
What?
Anywho, today we're going to take a look at the neutral 1-drops found in the basic card set. So yeah, let's get started. Card number 1, Elven Archer.
One shot, one kill.
First up, we've got the Elven Archer, which is a tribalist 1/1 minion. When played from your hand, it has a simple battle cry, dealing 1 damage to a target of your choice. Notably, you have full discretion to choose whichever target you want. On paper, Elven Archer looks bad, and it's certainly easy to waste this card's potential. For example, it's a lousy turn 1 play, since your battle cry probably has to target the opposing hero, and that kind of attack is easy to shake off. Instead, the card's best use is to clear an opposing minion, which can be a fit in a deck that needs cheap board clears. Obviously, being limited to 1 damage hinders what it can do, but we have seen synergy where Elven Archer has potential. For example, Hunter has always experimented with 1-cost minion synergy. Cards like Toxmonger, the Marsh Queen, and Arcane Fletcher come to mind. Toxmonger especially has a fair bit of potential, since it makes the battle cry poisonous, clearing 1 minion immediately, and giving you a 1/1 poisonous token.
Nice.
If Toxmonger ran only 3 mana, this combo would actually be pretty good, but the 5 mana total cost between the 2 cards is less than ideal. Switching away from Hunter, Paladin also finds use for Elven Archer, featuring cards like Equality, Shrink Ray, and yeah, not even going to try to pronounce that. My point is, Paladin has decks where Elven Archer fits in quite well. End verdict, Elven Archer will never be a card that drives the meta, but still, the low cost and highly flexible battle cry ensures this minion will show up in the meta every now and then. Card number 2, Goldshire Footman.
Ready for action!
Up next, we've got the Goldshire Footman, a tribalist minion which clocks in with 1 attack and 2 health. Additionally, it has the keyword Taunt. Goldshire Footman passes the vanilla test for a 1-drop, so having Taunt means it's playable, right? Unfortunately, no. Maybe this card saw play back when the game was younger, but these days, 1-drops need to have obvious synergy, and Goldshire Footman just doesn't. Look no further than the card's description to really understand what it's all about. Avoid putting this card in your deck. Card number 3, Grimscale Oracle. To change things up a bit, this time around we have a rock-solid card.
Gasp.
Grimscale Oracle is a 1/1 minion and is part of the Murloc tribe. It has a passive aura, granting your other Murlocs +1 attack. On paper, the weak body makes the card look bad, but that's to be expected. Murlocs are typically on the cheap side and relatively frail. Instead, the Murloc tribe aims for a swarming mentality, flooding the board early and delivering an aggressive win. In that regard, Grimscale Oracle fits perfectly. Ideally, you should play this card somewhere around turns 3 to 5, buffing, ideally, 2 or more Murlocs, giving immediate attack bonuses. While we're on the subject, Grimscale Oracle is near identical in concept to Murloc War Leader. While the latter is definitely more powerful, it costs 3 mana, which can be limiting in the early phases of the game. On the other hand, Grimscale Oracle is perfect for those situations where you only have 1 mana left to spend and need to eke out just a little bit more damage. In a way, Grimscale Oracle is basically the Murloc War Leader's mini-me. In the expansions, Shamans and Paladins thus far have easily seen the most support from Murlocs, and it's here that the Grimscale Oracle finds a home. When the expansions offer Murlocs, you can bet this card will see play. The passive bonus is fantastic in Murloc decks, and a reminder that some cards in the basic set are strong. Card number 4, Murloc Raider. See now, this is the quality I'm used to from a basic card. Underwhelming and rarely seen. Murloc Raider is a 2-attack, 1 health minion. It's also what I like to call a naked card, having no keywords associated with it.
I got it. Let's get naked.
The card passes the vanilla test with 3 points of stat on a 1-mana minion, so it has that going for it. But the only other detail worth noticing is, well, it's a Murloc, and that synergy alone just isn't enough to make the card stand out. To be fair though, the card shows up in budget Murloc decks from time to time, since again, it has passable stats. To me, Murloc Raider is meant to serve as a baseline. We've seen Blizzard experiment with Murlocs designed around this body, which are far more playable. Not gonna spend much more time on this one. Murloc Raider is underwhelming and doesn't see much play. Take from that what you will. Card number 5, Stone Tusk Boar. Our first entry in the Beast Tribe, Stone Tusk Boar is a 1/1 minion that comes with a rarely seen mechanic these days, Charge. A 1/1 body for any 1-drop is weak, but the charge mechanic means Stone Tusk Boar can attack right away. As you can guess though, it's a lousy opening play. A 1/1 body that pings your opponent for 1 damage is not how Stone Tusk Boar is meant to be played. Instead, this card is best used when the meta has buffs that synergize best with cheap minions. I'm sure many of us remember the Caverns Below. Point here is that Stone Tusk Boar is a specialized minion and has high potential with buff and combo synergy. As a standalone, it's weak, but the charge mechanic is extremely dangerous. This keyword alone can justify the pick in your deck if the expansions are offering something that gels with the boar's potential. And finally, card number 6, Voodoo Doctor.
Someone call for the doctor?
Our final entry today, Voodoo Doctor, is a 2-attack, 1-health minion. It comes with a battle cry that heals 2 health to a target of your choice. The combination of vanilla stats and a cheap, flexible heal certainly has potential, but right up front the card runs into a similar problem we've seen in the other 1-drops. It's not a good opening play, since the battle cry probably goes to waste. In that spirit, Life Tap, the Warlock's hero power, is constantly chipping away at your health, so it should come as no surprise that Voodoo Doctor sees pretty consistent play in Warlock decks. The most dangerous form I've seen of Voodoo Doctor was with Zulok when Happy Ghoul was a thing. As for the Year of the Dragon though, we've seen some Mecha'thun combo decks where Voodoo Doctor is a fit. Overall, not much else to say on this one. Voodoo Doctor is a role-playing card that has potential, but its design limitations definitely make it lean towards Warlock when searching for a home. The cheap cost and decent value in the battle cry ensure that from time to time, we will see a little bit of voodoo in our daily lives.
Now go do that voodoo that you do so well.
That's it for the 1-drop basic neutrals. These cards are a good representation of the basic set. None are meta-defining, but they're simple and have at least some utility when the moment is right. Join me next time when we'll jump into the 2-drop basic neutrals. Until then, this is Raging Amish, checking out.